Let's check it out. You'd think I'd be used to this by now. So, let's gather our thoughts for a moment. In the previous stream, we met Tutu. What? Whoa, okay. More than one opponent. And we've got nothing. I have 7 focus. That's not enough. Yeah, okay. So we can't go through here until we're much more powerful. We're going to have to check out other dreams. Understandable. Let's see if there's new stuff. As I was saying, we met Tutu in the previous stream, and she's revealed a few things that puts the events of the previous games into a new context. Apparently, she was the one who caused Thomas to find the gem in the first game and led him to the lighthouse to help him protect himself from the shadow people. And apparently, she tried to do the same in the second dream, but failed. Okay, 250 echoes. I thought maybe we'd get less if we do it in succession, but no. It's just diminishing returns. Got it. So she failed to do so in the second dream, and he got caught. Which is what we in the business call a retcon. Which is when you, in the new work, go back and introduce new elements that add old events into new context. Let's go to the attic. The uppermost floor of the hotel is taken by an attic, a place where we often put things we no longer want in our lives. So a slight retcon, which can be done well or badly. In this case, well, because it doesn't contradict anything that came before. Then Tutu told us, let's check the wardrobe. Fresh candle, okay. Then Tutu told us that something went wrong with the possession when the shadow person possessed Thomas. So the shadow person died in Thomas's body, while Thomas's mind is now lost in a dream. Which does contradict both endings from the third game. So it's kind of a clumsy retcon, that one. Unless Tutu is lying, which is also a possibility. Right now, we just don't know. We don't have a map. Which way? Let's go this door. Here's a briefcase. You have a metal pipe now. And a shield. The pipe has cleave. I think to deal with the shadows in the other dream, we are going to have to bring a lot of pipes. And enough, that is to say, enough focus to imagine a lot of pipes. Now what's this? A wave emitter. Emitter device set up to transmit a signal of some sort. Where does it go? What does it do? No idea. Hopefully it's not harmful, but why do I feel weird tingling? Looks important. I'll leave it be. A wire grid antenna. I doubt it's for the TV. Looks important. I'll leave it be. Ah, metal chest. Surely storing something of value. A nailed plank. We've got a lot more inventory now, but it still doesn't feel enough. Parabolic antenna. It's a dish antenna set up to receive a signal of some sort. The parabolic antenna was invented by German physicist Heinrich Hertz. Not that it matters, just a random fact I know. I'm fun at parties. I've got no idea what it does. Oh, hello there. I didn't hear you come in. Please take a seat. I'll be right with you. Excuse me? Who are you? Oh my, you don't know. Have we not met yet? Or perhaps you've just forgotten. Either way, it's fascinating. Truly fascinating. Okay, let me start then. Hi, my name is Amy, and you are? Right. I guess introductions are in order. My name is Schulze, Dr. Schulze. I'm a scientist leading dream-related research at Sidereal Plexus. Red flag. Where? You really don't remember? Fascinating, remarkably fascinating. Please, let's talk. It's a great opportunity to study this situation further. What are you doing here, Dr. Schulze? Research! What sort of research? Isn't that obvious? Dream-related one. Object permanence, to be exact. Have you noticed things around you seem to vanish or fall apart? Definitely. Especially in contact with monsters. What monsters? Various types. Never mind that. Yes, items seem to fall apart quite easily here. Exactly. That's object permanence. In dreams, unlike in the real world, things seem to vanish when you stop focusing on them. And similarly, a lot of items crumble into nothing if you focus on them too much. I'm still trying to plot a chart of permanence versus focus. So far, it's quite zigzaggy. For me, the magic number seems to be 4. What do you mean by that? I can swing an arm bone 4 times before it breaks. With a what? Okay, bad example. But I hope you know what I mean. 4 times. I'm pretty sure that with some training you should be able to increase that number. I will let you know when that happens. Until then, thank you for your input. Have we met before? Most certainly. I was surprised you didn't recognize me at first. I'm the one that made it possible for you to get this far. What do you mean? That device you use every night? That electrode head cap? Where do you think you've got it from? Oh, exactly. No problem in the world that can't be solved by Sidereal Plexus's experimental equipment. I don't like the fact that this guy knows that we're a dreaming person using his equipment. And Sidereal Plexus has allowed you to lend me this thing just like that? Well, not exactly. I'm sure it won't be a problem, since I'll present them with a big volume of fully documented research data on your case. You mean you didn't tell your higher-ups that you gave me this experimental tech? I have not told them yet. Let's not create fake problems under false pretenses. They will know everything once I submit my research. It's weird that Amy doesn't remember him since he gave her the electrode cap, but she was caught by the shadow person, and there was that reveal that she might have lost some memory. That's scary. So, what's with the chair? This is a research instrument. I'm trying to do some testing on how physical trauma within the dream world can reinforce a person's focus. Wait, is it a torture device? Most definitely not. It's a precise, calibrated, delicate scientific instrument. And it hurts the user. Well, yes. But it's just half of the truth. It can also be beneficial. It will increase your focus, allow you to manipulate the dream more. Be my guest. I would love to have your results. Just be careful it doesn't weaken you too much. Also, you can use it up to 3 times. Interesting. You mentioned sidereal plexus. You must have heard about sidereal plexus. I work for them, they've done so much for science. Can't even begin to try to list all their achievements. Well, I guess it's good to know there is someone researching all this. Oh, definitely. I would say our research is going to change the whole world. And all the data from your input is priceless. What are those antennas for? What antennas? All those around here? They are rather hard to miss. Oh, those are scientific devices, very fragile equipment, really susceptible to interference of all kinds. Please don't touch them. I won't, I was just curious. That's good, curiosity killed the cat. No, wait, that's the wrong one. Curiosity. There's gotta be some positive saying about it. Let me think. Doctor, yes? What about those antennas? What are they for exactly? I don't know. You don't? I can't be possibly expected to know every little detail about everything, you know. My adjunct has to remember that stuff. I only really have to know where my adjunct is. And where is your adjunct? I don't know. You mentioned your assistant. Is he lost? Ah, yes, my adjunct. Haven't seen him in hours. Maybe days. His name is Barnaby. If you see him, tell him there was someone asking about the antennas. That was me. You were Barnaby? Really? No, I was the person asking about the antennas. Ah, that makes a whole lot more sense. In that case, it's all sorted. But you still don't know where he is, aren't you worried? Worried? No, why would I be? Because your assistant is missing. Ah, well, he lost himself. He'll find himself. If you say so. Research paper of some sort. Looks really boring, at least from afar, where I can't make out anything of it. Experimental proposal part 2. Where's part 1? I understand how the results of the sewer experiment might have been upsetting for the higher-ups, and I agree we need to consider Sleeper's morale going forward. Terminating the altered researches was a good call, and I will stick by it. The deceased's family will be compensated for their loss, but there shouldn't be any further issues regarding that. Now, you've all seen the reports, and we now all know what the entities are capable of doing. Because this might prove to be an obstacle, or as we chose to call it, a challenge, I would like to suggest another phase of this experiment. Find the experiment proposal outlines attached below. Dr. R. Banks. A page is missing. Metal chest. Yes, please. A menacing-looking armchair, bearing the vibe of a dentist's chair, but somehow even worse. Scary protrusions, spikes, and tubes hang ominously over the headrest, surrounded by flashing and blinking devices. Do you want to use the experimental chair? -2 integrity plus 3 max focus. I think focus is more important than integrity. Oh, and it's not... It didn't take away my max integrity. Oh, this time it's... less. No, let's go... Let's stick with this. This feels adequate. Let's look for this guy's assistant. Looks like a good place to be ambushed. Ah, journalist. A decently dressed man with short hair and smart-looking glasses. So not the adjunct we were looking for. Hello there. Hello, who are you? Joshua Simar. Simar, Sunrise Telegram. Nice to meet you, Joshua. I'm Amy. Can I ask you a few questions, Amy? Questions? Wait, are you a journalist? A reporter. For Sunrise Telegram, like I said. It won't take long, I promise. You know this is a dream, right? Oh wow, that was supposed to be my first question. I guess that answers it though. Alright then, now it's my turn. That's not how journalism works. Too bad, Joshua. I'm looking for my brother. His name is Thomas. Well, I certainly hope you can find him. Have you tried to post a missing person report? My newspaper prints a bunch every issue. Actually, we already posted an obituary notice. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Amy. But in that case, why do you still search for him? Because I know he is somehow still here, in a weird, twisted way. Maybe I just want to say goodbye. Let me guess, your last conversation wasn't a nice one. I'd rather not talk about it. Oh, of course, that's understandable. Forgive me, that was too personal. Anyway, people don't usually get second chances in situations like these. I hope you find your brother. I really do. What brings you here, Joshua? Work, as always. I'm a journalist, and I believe there is a topic wherever I look for it. Even here, in the dream world. Or you could just get some rest, like everyone else who sleeps. Says you, who is clearly here to relax. Touché. So what's the story you're working on? That this is all real? Isn't that a huge story within itself? Dreams being connected, existing without the people who created them? Nightmarish monsters living inside discarded memories? Tell me that doesn't sound fascinating. It does. It also does sound like something that nobody would believe. I know I didn't. And now here you are. Is there anything I could do to help? Aren't you just the kindest? As a matter of fact, yes, you could. I could really use some help right now. See, I found myself in a bit of a pickle. I'm here to gather material for an article. But to be completely honest, some of that involves certain risks. Getting in situations I'd rather not put myself in. And for various reasons, I feel like you aren't a stranger to said situations. Can you be more specific? I need pictures. Pictures of Spider-Man. Photos of those nightmarish creatures. Of photos that roam, of monsters that roam the halls of this place. But I don't really feel like facing one right now. You want me to take pictures of monsters? Well, yes. But not necessarily many monsters. Just a few snaps of one should be enough. Still, that sounds crazy. I know, that's exactly why I haven't done it yet. Please, would you be willing to help? Take this camera. Use up all the film it has when you encounter a monster. I've heard one often roaming through the corridor outside of this room. Okay, so we just need photos of one monster. There's coffee. We don't need it right now. There's our fellow lad. Oh, it slowed him. Slow target 2. Okay. Neat. So let's whack him. Let's shield. Let's photo. Our last photo. And the metal pipe. You do seem to realize this is all a dream. What's the point of the camera? Yes, of course, a shared vision, a dream, however you want to call it. So what's the point of taking pictures? You know, it's not like you'll wake up with them sitting on your pillow or something like that. Of course I know. Things don't work like this. But maybe, you don't know, if we reach the end of the night, if we wake up without interruptions, whatever we hold, we get to keep in our heads. Yes, I know what you mean. But you are trying to say you'll be able to recreate the monster's appearance from memory. Yes, and while I might not be a visual artist, I'm pretty good with words. The more details I can remember, the more refined description I'll provide my readers with. But wouldn't all that be a bit too abstract to a random person? You and I both know things about dreams that others don't. People won't believe me, that's what you're trying to say. People will say, I just had a very vivid nightmare, nothing more. We all consider this to be my problem. As a journalist, I'll try to bring the truth right to their doorstep. It's up to them if they accept it or not. Well, I've got the pictures you asked for. Really? Show me. Oh, yes, there it is. Wow, that's scary. Looks like it's about to attack. This one is a bit blurry, but sometimes that can be even better. Especially in print, blurry leaves bits and pieces to the reader's imagination. Oh, that one is even better. Wow, you had to approach it very closely. You're really brave. I work at a vet clinic. I guess approaching beasts that want to bite my head off is just something I learned to do. Either way, those are amazing. I'll put them to good use. But don't worry, I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. Take this. I feel like you might find it useful. Thank you. So objectives: traverse the dream and find any trace of Thomas, find a way to the Arctic. Okay, so that's that. That fellow was nice enough, but he had some major tabloid journalist feel to him. Especially when he spoke about the blurry photos. Blurry photos are great. Leaving details up to the reader's imagination is sometimes better. Yeah, sure. Top floor restricted. There we go. Would like to find a map. Okay, so now the dream is starting for real. We can't go this way. Whoa. What was that? Some sand sculpture we ran into. A passage to another part of the attic, covered with an old dirty curtain. Solid barrel, sealed with a wooden lid. The lid looks a bit weaker than the rest of the container. Won't budge. An old postcard rests on the table. There is something written on it. The picture shows a dilapidated, decaying building. Why would anyone send a postcard from a place like this? Wish you were here. I'm lost. Too many rooms. Something follows me. They pretend to be still. Taste of mold in my throat. A guitar. An old classic guitar. Looks like the one Thomas used to have in the past. Thomas used to play an identical guitar when he was younger. Did that just move? There is something underneath the cloth. A plan of the attic hanging on an easel. Looks useful. Goody, a map. There's the box here. So if we grab the rest, we'll convert the item, the durability that we threw away, into echoes. No, let's leave it here. What's with all the TV sets everywhere? Weird. Can I use the bone? Can I use the bone here to smash the barrel? Nailed planks. A bunch of planks messily nailed together. Some rusty nails are sticking out and the whole construction feels really flimsy. Still, it could be used for defense, and with some luck the attacker will hit the nails. So, it's a different kind of shield. Okay. I just keep running into things. These looks like it's these weird mannequin thingies. Well, let's explore this room. Rose, a toolbox. Nowhere else to go here. Oh, Tutu. Amelia, it is good to see you. Alas, the circumstances are far from good. Amelia? So we can ask her for healing. We don't need that. Attic, huh? I don't think an attic is a regular nightmare trope, is it? This realm does not take the human concept of tropes into consideration. Things in the attic are hidden away from the world. They are objects frozen in time, memories encapsulated within household items that people decided to put away. Encapsulated memories. Isn't that the case with most items? Yes. But the items people decided to pull out of you are somewhat special. They are not desired around anymore. Still too precious to just throw away, but too harmful and painful to keep around. I would say this place represents suppressed memories, a storage for all the things that are no longer needed or welcomed in life. Some memories are too shameful to keep, some are too heartbreaking. In any case, going through them might be cathartic, but often just traumatic and painful. This feels like a good place to look for your brother, I believe. This place is crawling with all those mannequins. Their uniformness and lack of facial features hints at something. Perhaps something about losing one's identity, or a fear of becoming plain and indistinctive. Whatever the case might be, I do not know why they are here. It is a relatively new addition, so they weren't here before Thomas was lost, indeed. Keep in mind, this realm is ever-changing. There are no constants that cannot or will not be altered with time. Perhaps the mannequins are somehow connected to your brother's fate. Perhaps they are not. They could be the cause, but also the consequence. Tell me something about the realm of dreams. You say there are nightmares, terrible things, but people have always had nightmares. It's no big deal if something happens here to a person. As long as it's not the shadow people, it's not really dangerous, right? Right? First of all, Amelia, yes. People always have had bad dreams. But how can you be certain it's not that they only wake up fine because guardians are protecting them? Because you'd have to be busier than Santa is on Christmas Eve all of the time. I'm not the only guardian, and time here moves differently. But I will admit, the consequences of being hurt or dying here are usually not commensurate. People wake up feeling tired, exhausted, sick. Sometimes they experience emotional trauma. But even if they don't remember the dream, their life force is still drained in this way or another. They don't remember the nightmares, but they keep experiencing their consequences. Unexplained insomnia is often the results of the human body instinctively trying to avoid being subjected to the same trauma again, even if the mind had rejected it. It is more than just a minor inconvenience, you need to understand. As you explore the realm of dreams in this current state of disarray, you will see what I mean. Most people don't die then, but they are like dead inside. Dead inside. This is a fitting form of phraseology. What is the realm of dreams? It is everything you see here. It is all the dreams, everywhere. When a human sleeps, their dream is like a river. Follow that river long enough, and you will at some point meet an ocean. The realm of dreams is that ocean. And if it's deep enough that you can visit the dream of anyone in the whole world, more so than that, just like there are many dreams, there are many waking worlds. Your reality is just one of the many. You mean parallel universes? Yes. Some of those worlds are similar to yours, some completely different. You cannot visit those worlds directly. Or at least, people should not be able to. But you can meet people from other worlds here in the realm of dreams, as it is a sort of a middle ground. Dreams as bridges between worlds. That's incredible. My advice would be to try and focus on your own world for now. You mentioned that people should not be able to visit parallel universes. That is correct. Why? People cross borders from their respective waking worlds to here and back every night. If someone leaves to a different world, they take up the spot of someone else. That someone else has nowhere to return to. In rare cases, they can swap places with the one that took their spot, but it is very unlikely. And they can't wake up? What happens to them? I do not know. And we probably do not want to find out. Right, this is what the cast of Don't Escape 4 did. They escaped their incoming apocalypse and death by taking the place of their alternate selves in another world, where everything is hunky-dory. What happened to their alternate selves then? I guess they're lost in the realm of dreams now. You can meet other people in the realm of dreams, other living, breathing people that are asleep. Correct. If their sleep takes them deep enough, moving from their personal pocket into the vast space beneath, they can be met. We call them dreamers or travelers. Dreamers are self-explanatory. Travelers because they can and often do travel from one dream to another. I will let you know if I meet any of those dreamers. I met a scientist, Dr. Schulzer. He is the one that gave me that electrode cap. You know, the one that I think saved me from the shadow people. So you knew that man before embarking on this journey. That's the weird part. I don't remember ever meeting him before, yet I had that device from the beginning. Inquisitive. There might be several explanations of this. First, perhaps we really have not met before. Time in the realm of dreams sometimes flows in a different way than you are accustomed to. Multiple versions of similar events can occur next to each other, swapping places, divergent in time. So I have not met the version of Dr. Schulzer that gives me the device yet. Or some other version of me met him. I don't get it. Yeah, me neither. It is complicated, but it is but one of the possible answers. The second explanation would be that you did meet him, but his memory was lost during your encounter with the Shadow People. Called it. I told you, Emilia, you do not escape them unscathed like that. They might have taken part of you, some of your memories. I guess I can't know if they took something if I don't remember it. Whatever I lost, I'm just glad I still remember my brother. There is a third possibility. The man you met lied to you. Lied? Why would he do that? I do not know. And I do not say that was the case. Just be careful where you place your trust. I've learned that Dr. Schulzer works for the Sidereal Plexus Corporation. Sidereal Plexus. Have you heard about it? This name has been appearing more and more in the fabric of the realm, with unusual density and worrying frequency. What are they doing here? You don't seem too thrilled. I do not know exactly, but I am indeed not very euphoric with the idea of those scientists probing and poking this reality, especially with their intrusive methods. What's wrong with science, Tutu? Nothing within science itself is wrong. It is all about how it is utilized. Science is powerful, Emilia, and like every power, it can be used to do bad things. Disagree. We can't stop progress just because it can potentially lead to bad things. If it wasn't for science, we would still be living in caves. It poses a dilemma. What is better? A quiet mediocrity but overall steadiness, or instability and hurtling towards an uncertain future with little control to speak of? That's an oversimplification. It's like asking if evolution was a mistake because things got complicated once we crawled out of the oceans. Evolution is slow and constantly tested. If it results in something harmful, the flaw is naturally eliminated. It is a steady flow rather than a reckless madness. You assume the environment is stable too, that the change doesn't ever have to be rapid. Tell that to the dinosaurs. I was under the impression that your kind claims to be in control of your environment. Claims, yes, but we are far from it. At least we no longer need to believe in gods to explain the thunderstorms. Maybe that's why you don't like it. The more people learn about the world, the more they stop believing in things. Science takes away your divinity. It tore down the temples and stripped your status away, didn't it? I do not blame science for that. It is a natural way of things, Amelia. I know that I look and sound like I represent archaic, ancient days, and perhaps I do, but at the same time, remember, I protect people from the shadows of their dreams. Every human dreams of a better tomorrow, of progress. Science is what brings them the tomorrow they dream of when they are here. It would be hypocritical of me for me to stand against it, even if it ultimately leads to me vanishing completely from existence. I met a journalist, his name is Joshua, and he writes for Sunrise Telegram newspaper. Thus, he is like a scribe. Not completely wrong, Tutu. He writes, but he's also a reporter. He researches stories and happenings. It's like being a private investigator without the private part. A non-private investigator. You know what a newspaper is, right? Indeed, naturally, although human concepts and constructs change so rapidly, it is sometimes difficult to keep up. But enough about that. You were telling me about a man, not his job. I do believe occupation is not what defines a person. Tell me about the person. Well said. Josh is... He seems to love his investigation. He's curious, that's for sure. He's ambitious, maybe even too ambitious. I'm not sure what he thinks he can gain from a news story of his own dream. Perhaps he merely wishes his readers to be well informed, thus showing care for strangers. No, that's not what I meant. The point is, as determined as he is, he has no idea what is really going on here. But then again, neither do you, Amelia. Touché. Well, that's about it. Let's check the toolbox. Screwdriver, yes. I get the feeling this one's gonna come in handy. So, Tutu mentioned there was a rule that the Guardians don't reveal themselves. But she's been steadily breaking that rule with us. Which is weird. Although, she did mention that something bad is going on. Oh, let's reveal this. The same painting again. Neat. She did say that something was going on. Something is coming, and she's not sure what. So I guess she needs our help to investigate. I don't like this. Looks like a good spot for an ambush. Colorful crayons are scattered around the floor. Green, white, and blue ones seems to be used up the most. Children's coloring book. Coloring book. Vehicles. This coloring book contains black and white line art and various vehicles, crudely colored in with crayons. The last marketed page has some hints from the book and the young artist's comments. Color the car green, crossed out. Car should be red because red cars go faster. An orc player. Below, draw the car driver. On the next page there is a picture of a rocket ship. Cardboard box sealed with duct tape that protects its secrets. Duct tape won't come off. Can I use the screwdriver? Nailed plank. Thank you. Now I don't have to use the screwdriver to fight. It's a solid barrel sealed with a wooden lid. Let's use the bone. Okay. Let's check this way. You've got a pickaxe now. A mining tool, sharp pickaxe, good for poking holes in rock or in flesh. Damage 2. Okay, so this is different. This is a stronger weapon. Let's leave it here in case we need it later. Why all the pickaxes? Now this will lead me back to the other room. Yeah. A small kit containing all sorts of medical components necessary to stop the bleeding and keep the breathing. Wait. Heal 6. Ooh, that's powerful. I don't like this. Oh. Okay, so one of them is going to attack me in one turn, and the other is gonna do Red Skull. Devastating attack. 3. It will take 3 of my HP. A plastic faceless humanoid with no distinct features. Head with no eyes. Chest with no heart. Whereas this one is going to do a normal attack. Plastic puppet imitating a human. Has limbs with ball joints and hands clenched in fists, but not a spark of its own mind or a trace of free will. Okay, so sorry, had to do a little pause there. Okay, so my plan, let's use the pickaxe. That will reduce it to 1 HP. Now, wait, do we need to be focused on a target that is going to attack us when we use the shield? Let's experiment. Trash can. Okay, so now we don't need to be focused on the target. So, The screwdriver is needed to open up thingies, you know, tape boxes. So this is a bit of a waste, but I'll use the nailed plank. And trash can again. Oh. So now it's just non-stop attacks. No, okay. Cool. Oh, so the bleeding only kicks in after their turn. Okay. We're learning. Plastic torso. Why the heck do we want a plastic torso? A broken piece of hard plastic. Kinda looks like half of a mannequin's torso. Not very sturdy, but can be used to block a hit or two before it cracks and completely crumbles. Okay, fine. A big wind-up key. An oversized wind-up key. It's almost comically big, but something tells me there is nothing funny about it. I think it's a little funny. This heals 4. This heals 2. Okay. We got 2-2 on the map. Let's check out another room. Oh, come on. Can of meat. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm not in a good position. This only heals 1. Okay, let's investigate elsewhere. We'll go back there later. Let's use the bone. I think I could beat those 3 mannequins. Let's not grab the matchbox just yet. An old piano. Parents used to force me to learn to play on one of these. I hated those lessons. My parents were disappointed when I stopped learning to play. An old dusty newspaper left on a table. This week in our town. This is one of those stories that feels like a fantasy, a dream come true. When passion and talent wins against all adversities, from a dark basement to museum halls. Be there and maybe you will inspire the artist's next work. Sunrise telegram again. Huh. Is there some reason for that? Toys scattered everywhere. A rocking horse. It's a bit old and squeaky, but still rocks. Kinda like me. No, she seems quite young. Is this a puzzle? Wait. Ah, there's a coffee pot hidden here. We'll keep that in mind. Looks like my brother and I are not the only ones lost in this world. Mattress. A surprisingly clean mattress. Looks like it's being used regularly. Oh, a mannequin with a card. Really? What's in the box? Okay, so there's a thermos here. A cord ending with a handle dangles from the mannequin's back. Looks like it can be pulled. Here we go. Help me. Who are you? Hurt so much. How can I help you? End this, please. Okay, just tell me something useful. Does he want me to kill him? Nothing much remains of the mannequin, although something seems to be hidden in the hollow torso. A grease can. Sips. What? I don't have much inventory room left. Okay, let's remember. Matchbox, grease. Those items have to be useful for something. A chimney on the roof. There's no smoke coming out. The chimney seems clogged. There is something stuck in there, but I can't reach it. So are we going to have to make a rope with a hook? Ah, come on. A kneeling mannequin holds the other in its arms. A limp mannequin lies in the arms of the other. It's wearing a happy-looking mask. A menacing mannequin looms over the other two. The mannequin is holding a knife, possibly as a part of the scene it forms with the other two puppets. Okay. Nailed planks. No. Also no. Smiling mask. Very interesting. Okay. I think we can... Now that we have some inventory space, I want to try something. Let's try and clear out those enemies we saw earlier. Coffee break. Let's use the nailed planks. I'm going to have to eat a few attacks, I think. Oh, jeez. They're all going to attack now. Fantastic. And that's it. I still got a shield, but it will be useless now. But that's fine. And I can finish this one off. Ooh. Let's keep this one here, I suppose. And let's have some medicine. So that's it. We bought them just for a cardboard box with medicine. Fantastic. But now we have inventory space. Let's grab the matchbox. Doesn't seem to be anything here. Let's grab the stuff here. No thermos. We'll leave it. Wait, how much does the thermos? 2. Okay, leave it. I can feel some grease sloshing and splattering inside of this container. It can probably be used to grease up something stuck. Interesting. Maybe the chimney? I don't know. Box of matches. Small cardboard box designed to hold matches. Judging by the rattling sound, there still is something inside. Okay, yeah, 2 matches. Yeah, I'm not sure what I expected. Yeah, okay. So let's go back to the creepy room.